Time for our big game picks for Ohio State's opener against Nebraska. Doug Lesmerises, Nathan Baird, Stephen Means. What's the lines? Anyone know the line? I feel like
26
I should know that.
now.
Moving up.
Yeah.
26, almost approaching the fake 29-point line that Nathan and I have set for our bet, which is discussed on the Friday podcast. So this is our video making our picks. We're also doing a big picks preview podcast on Buckeye Talk every week. So that's the Friday podcast every week. So if you even want more of what you're getting here, make sure you catch that podcast or subscribe to Buckeye Talk wherever you listen to podcasts. But we're going with a 26-point line. Nathan, what's your pick for Ohio State, Nebraska on Saturday?
I am taking Ohio State 49-22. So over the 26 and under the 29. I'm walking the tightrope. I think this is going to be a comfortable win for Ohio State. I think it may get close in the second half. The Ohio State's depth already compromised a little bit coming into this season. It might be further compromised, although that could be true of Nebraska. We don't know exactly who's going to be on the field on Saturday, and that's going to obviously be a week-to-week rolling thing. But if I'm picking it today, I think that Nebraska's going to be able to move the ball against them a little bit, certainly better than they did last year, both them being a bit improved and then also not having Chase Young just eating Adrian Martinez alive right in front of our face on the field. So I think that's going to open things up for them offensively a little bit. Ohio State's going to be able to score. They're just going to give up more points and yards, especially early this year, and it's still going to be a comfortable win.
So you're creeping towards that 29. You were very confident to give that 29 when we first made that bet, but now you're hedging yourself right now.
I'm just playing the numbers, man. 29's a big number.
All right. So you did make it though, that because we'll do our picks, we'll keep track of our picks all year. The actual line, which is 26, you are giving the 26 with Ohio State because you picked them to win by 27. So your pick is actually Ohio State to cover by the actual line that we're going on this video.
Yes. For
the picks, which was your intention, so that you can win on the picks, but then take my money or whatever the bet is on the other line. Look at you. We did a whole podcast about hedging. You are the master of the hedge. You are middling the heck out of this. I love it.
This is how it's done. You get the early number, you get the late number, you sit in the middle. That's where it's at, man.
You know what I like to do is I like to get that number, and I just like to be strong with hammering one side of a thing and then being right like 26% of the time with my strong hammer on one side. Steven, what's your pick?
Oh, wow. That was a lot. 45-0 Ohio State, sticking with my Ohio State gets a shutout. And I think it might look similar to what it was last year in the season opener against Florida Atlantic, where it's a lot early. Ohio State scored 28 points in the first half of that game and then 17 points in the last three quarters. I think it might look similar to that, where I don't know if it's 28 points, but maybe they get 21 of that in the first quarter. And then maybe Nebraska is able to halt some drives a little bit, maybe a couple of turnovers, maybe just because, it's the first game of the season and things can look wonky, but things just slow down. But Ohio State's defense kind of holds up and shows, it kind of makes a statement in a way that the rest of college football hasn't. And Ohio State pretty much runs away easy with this one. I'll say 45-0.
So you're also very comfortable giving the 26. And you think the Ohio State statement here really comes on the defensive side more than the offensive side.
Yeah, because I think, everybody thinks this offense is going to be great. It's the defense we have questions about, and now we have questions about every team in the country's defense. So, why not make that statement here?
All right. Do you guys know how many points Ohio State scored the first time Ryan Day served as head coach for Ohio State, which is not the opener in 2019, but when he was leading the way in 2018 when Urban Meyer was suspended?
I think it was 70-something.
77. They scored 77 on Oregon State, 77-31.
Wow.
I'm a little surprised. You guys are both in the 40s. I think that's a little low. I'm going 62-17. And 62 is the number of points they scored against Michigan in 2018. They topped 62 twice last year. They scored 76 against Miami, Ohio, and 73 against Maryland. It's a lot. I get it. It's a lot. I just think they do want to make a statement for a lot of different reasons. I think they want to work some stuff out. Justin Fields hasn't played football in a long time. I don't know that they'll be in a hurry to get him out of the game because they got to let him, stretch it out a little bit before Penn State next week. And I think he plays into the fourth quarter, and I think they keep moving a little bit. And I think, the fact that it's not a 0 on the other side, I don't think they'll completely shut Nebraska down. Will maybe help them keep the pedal down a little bit. So I think it's a big offensive number, and I think it's very comfortably over the 26 or the 29 or whatever you want to do. So I have 62-17 for the Buckeyes. And, I think it's important for them to come out and show people who they are. Because, man, it's late October. Clemson showed people 5 times. Alabama showed people against Georgia last week. I think Ohio State wants to show something. All right. Absorb everything we're doing. Absorb it all. Absorb it all. We're going to have game coverage. Stephen and Nathan will be at the game on Saturday. I'll be on my couch. We'll all be writing about it. We will have a post-game Buckeye talk as soon as we can after the game on Saturday. So we appreciate you watching us here on our videos on YouTube and on cleveland.com. But if you really want to hear more from us, make sure you're subscribed to Buckeye Talk. For now, I'm Doug with Stephen and Nathan. Those are our picks for Ohio State, Nebraska on Saturday.